so many of you, oh, I just hit myself in the face. Oh my goodness. Shello merBAES, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Sorry if I'm squinting at you, the sun is it's right here in my face, but I'm doing my best. Today it is trying different monofins inside of a Mertailor whimsy tail, and I am joined again by the lovely Mermaid Faye. Wow. And she brought many fins for us to try out. So many fins. I'm going to be trying about 4 or 5 different fins in this Mertailor Fantasea Fin 3 whimsy tail. See what works, see what doesn't. We're gonna stick the fins in here, go for a swim, and then we're gonna share with you our thoughts on all of the different fins. And also, Nerdmaid Faith is testing out different fins in her finfun fabric tail. So if you're curious about what will fit in this bad boy, then you're gonna wanna click the link in the description to watch Faith's video as well. First fin I'm gonna be trying is the Fantasea Fin 1 inside of the Fantasea Fin 3 tail. Now my fin has seen better days. Something has happened to it, but it's fine. We're still gonna test it because a lot of you were asking if this combination would work. So we are about to find out. And I have not tested this myself yet either, so I am very curious. Definitely easier to get this fin in here than the allotted. Okay, wow, that's, it doesn't even look like anything's in there. This is special. No, it really doesn't. There's a lot of loose fabric. Obviously, this fin is way smaller than the Fantasea Fin 3. But it might work if you just want to go for a swim and you are in love with the Fantasea Fin 3 skin, but you only have the one. Here we go for a swim. Bonk. Also, did you notice my new top from Shop Vancouver Mermaid and my new necklace from Ripple's Relic?
Oh yes, I'm also wearing matching necklace.
Inside of this 3 whimsy tail, I'm left feeling a little bit confused, but overall it did swim pretty well, and I think the footage, from what I could tell, it looked good in the water.
Yeah, it did.
And Faith thinks so too, so it definitely works. Does it look good on land? Not so much. So I think I'll give it 1.5 sea stars out of 3. It's definitely an option, but it's not the best thing. Okay, the next fin I'm going to use is the Mermaid Linden monofin. So many of you asked me about this fin in my last video, but I didn't get to try it out in the Fantasea Fins 1 and 2, but we're gonna try it out in 3 for you today. Okay, I'm in.
Okay, that's a look.
That's a Is it though? The smaller ones, they probably look good in the water. Something. Something. And it always just like reminds me of like a garbage bag or something when it's so much extra fabric.
Even like underwater, I'm like, yep, that's a Linden in there.
Yeah, it's not quite right. So much water in here. Okay, so the Linden inside of this tail was kind of interesting. I had to bend it just a little bit to get it in here, but I think that also might be because the tail's just wet and it's kind of sticking to everything. It looks like hot garbage out of the water, and even in the water, it didn't look as good as the Fantasy one did, at least I don't think.
It's not as sleek looking.
No, because I think the Fantasy one is so flowy that it can like kind of blend in with the fabric better, whereas this is just like a harsh shape.
Yeah.
But it was fun to swim with, and it gets in here pretty easily and gets out. I don't think I would really recommend this, but I mean, it works. It's not like it doesn't work. So I'd probably give this 1 C star out of 3.
Right.
There's a fly buzzing around me. Oh my gosh. And it is a little difficult to get in and out of here, so I'd say this is not worth it.
Nah, probably not.
Probably not. All right, and I think I'm gonna reach for the Mahina next.
Heck yeah.
Because I think many people will be curious about this one.
Yeah.
We discovered in part 1, or I guess part 2
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
that this does work in Fantasy 2 skins quite well.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if it also works well in a Fantasy 3 tail skin. Okay, I'm liking this so far.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
That is not bad. Like, obviously, it's not a perfect fit,
Yeah.
but I mean, it looks pretty dang good.
Yeah.
And with a little bit of extra room, a little bit of extra flow and fabric in the water, might look really nice.
Yeah.
So we shall see. It's no fun putting a wet tail on over and over again.
No, it is not.
We do it for you guys, though.
Yeah.
You're welcome. We do it so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're in!
We're in.
Alrighty. Okay, this worked pretty well, like a very similar experience as swimming in it in my Fantasy 2 tail. It worked really well. It obviously fills out the shape, not 100%, but quite nicely.
Really
Definitely the best so far. And it swam very well, and I would give this 2.5 C stars out of 3.
Nice.
I mean, I don't think there's really much else to say. It gets in here pretty easily. It gets in here a lot easier than the actual Fantasea Fin 3, because you can just like fold it in half and it's not sticky silicone, which is nice. And I think this is like a pretty solid option. Obviously, it doesn't look 100% perfect, but it definitely works, and this is something worth doing.
Yep.
If you got a Mahina, you want one of these tails.
Alright, I want my Mahina back.
Give it to me.
Give it to my baby.
I'm gonna try to get this Magic Tail Probe kind of Mahina knockoff in here. Wish me luck. Poseidon, give me strength. It's like the first half is always okay, but then it's getting the zipper
Yeah.
up past
The end of the
the end of the fluke. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. I don't
No,
know if
yeah.
you're seeing any way to make that work.
It's too harsh.
It's just too big. So, I mean, that's a really quick test if you were curious. This Magic Tail kind of Mahina-esque fin does not work in the Fantasea Fin 3 tails.
Oh, I have more zipper. Look at that.
It's just too big. So I will instead try a FinFun amp. Okay, so I think the last fin I'm going to be testing in this tail today is going to be the FinFun amp monofin. I used it in the other two Fantasy tails, so it's only fair that we give it a shot in the Fantasea Fin 3 tail as well. Okay, this is another garbage bag experience. This is so much fabric and not a whole lot of fin. So this is our FinFun inside of here.
Oh my.
Maybe not the best out there.
Okay.
All right, here we go. stick it in the water. These tails don't actually have drainage holes because the Fantasea Fin 3 takes up all of the like space. It doesn't actually need drainage holes. But when you're trying to put a smaller fin like this or the Linden, it gets like mad air bubbles. So that can be a little annoying and difficult to get out because there's not really a way to get it to escape.
Bit of a hazard.
Yeah, other than just like strangling the tips of your tail. So that's not great, and it swims fine. It probably looks okay underwater, but I would probably give the finfun monofin a 1 out of 3 sea stars for pairing it up with this tail. You can do it. Don't know why you would, but you can if you want to. Thank you so much for watching this video, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we did making it. That was a lot of fun.
It was,
Got some interesting results, and you know, the best one was the Mahina. Again. Mahina's pretty good, but the Fantasea Fins are the best for the Fantasea Fin skins, as one would assume. It is so bright. I am squinting at you guys. I'm winking. I'm like, hey. Anyway, so I'm on over to Mermaid Faith's channel to check out the video we made over there of her testing different fins and her fin folk tail. And we did this last year as well. Like, we got tons of videos. Check her out. Subscribe if you haven't already. That would be crazy if you're subscribed to me but not her. What are you doing? And I hope I'll see you here next Friday-ish for a brand new video. Also follow us on Instagram at Mermaid Zelda, at Emma.Forth, and at Mermaid Faith for lots of fun mermaidy content.
Oh yeah.
And that's it. We'll see you next time. Bye! I think it's hard to talk and
concentrate on things.
yeah, and review at the same time.
Bye.
Oh, it's so bright in my little sensitive eyes.
I couldn't. Oh, I see. Yeah, the sun. Ooh, pointy.
It's like real shiny.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.